close to this game. Obviously, what do you feel about 2 or 3 days away you guys are preparing for?
It's been a good week. For us, our walkthrough could have been a little better, but for the most part, I think mentally we're getting there, and we have the next couple of days to kind of fine-tune things. And
what needs to be fine-tuned still, and what did you want to see differently?
Communication, some of the same old stuff, but we can't overemphasize communication. That really helps us out, and we were a little quiet, and we were kind of not really communicating, and guys were kind of lining up in wrong spots. But again, we have time to kind of fix those things and get ready.
That's become the buzzword the last few weeks. Is communication, doing that better. That was something all summer they said they asked you to be better at. Personally, in your own way of communicating, do you feel like you lived up to what you wanted to be in August when Frost came to you and said, "Hey, be a little louder"?
Yeah, and for the most part, I think the whole communication, the vocal leadership has come a long way for me. Again, we can always get better at it, but I think I've come to a pretty good position where I'm at right now.
There were a couple other things they wanted you to improve on: footwork and handling the ball, the accuracy, and fewer turnovers. How do you feel you've done about those 2 things so far?
Not bad. Obviously, in the Arizona game, I'd like to have a couple of those back. But I think I've done a better job at it. But again, I tend to kind of have that old habit kind of creep up on me sometimes during the game where I'm running around with the ball in one hand. But I can always get better at it, and we do work on those things in practice.
Sure.
Marcus, how do you handle it in general when people come up to you for autographs? Because a couple high-profile players are dealing with that kind of controversy of whether they got paid or not, and how that industry kind of works.
Yeah, well, when I grew up, I used to like getting autographs from NFL players and college athletes. So for me, it's something that I guess you kind of come to get used to. It's something that you should do as an athlete. There's a lot of people that look up to you as a role model, and obviously guys will want to fight for pay with that kind of stuff, but it should be just what you do as an athlete.
Do you try to mostly limit it to kids and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's where it gets into a gray area because, obviously there will be guys that will want you to sign helmets, and those things will kind of come up for sale. But it's tough. I mean, for me, and I think a lot of these guys in the locker room, you do want to sign everything just because for us that's what we feel is the right thing to do. But again, there's a lot of gray area with that stuff, and stuff.
Is there a way you safeguard yourself by helpers say trying to make everything personalized? Do you try to personalize your signature or something?
Yeah, and just asking their name and just writing their name on the item that they have, or a lot of times if you get a bunch of guys to sign it, and one guy kind of writes his name on it, then you guys kind of clarify it that way. But obviously there's a lot of things that they've helped us out here with a lot of tips that the university has kind of educated us about, and again, it's just one of those things you got to make sure you cover.
How does the university educate you guys on that?
I mean, we have meetings all through fall camp. There's times where they bring guest speakers in, and then there's times where they kind of go over things like signing autographs and making sure that you understand that whenever you sign something, you kind of put your eligibility at risk, and make sure that you understand that if you personalize it, you kind of clarify yourself.
Which autographs did you have growing up that you liked so much?
I got one from Reggie Bush in '05, when he won the Heisman. That was kind of one that was special to me, and I got one from Michael Vick when I was, probably sophomore in high school, and that was kind of cool as well. So those are kind of 2 of my favorites.
When you talk about communication, is that something you guys just pointed out on film and then try and revise it in practice, or how do you guys go about working on that?
I mean, if you got half the offensive line going one way and half going the other way, obviously there's some type of miscommunication. So that happens in practice. With the way we practice, it's tough because we play so fast that you can't really correct it right there. That's why our walkthroughs are really good for us, because we have an opportunity to kind of sit there and continue to reinforce it. So a lot of times you said it best. You kind of see it on film and work from there.